What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Custom Points Live. I'm your host, Jarrett, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about why Bilt and why Atmos. So today we're going to dive into one of the best sites to use for searching for flights, and that's seats.aero. For example, we like flying to Liberia, but I believe that's how it's pronounced, and that's in Costa Rica. And when you type in something like QMI, they have different short codes. For us, that means any of the airports that are in South Florida. For us, that's where we live, and so you can see what are the options for flights. And you'll see right here that you can sort by economy or you can sort by business. Green means it's direct, and blue means that you have a connection of some kind. But if I wanted to search for what's the least amount of points to get there, guess what? It's Alaska, Atmos. Next up would be American. So if you have city cards that are earning, again, you're earning 5x with city. So city, there's definitely a reason to be using American. And then also you'll notice that even though both of these are going to be flying on American Airlines, that's what they are, there's actually more award availability for American directly. So that's something here that, it's still 35,000 points, but that would be the situation. Now, you can also do advanced if you're paying for the pro features, and you can make it only direct flights. With me, I'd have to do my family of 3 right now, soon to be 4. And then I can also do it based on my departure, which I'm not used to using it with this thing where it's like so squished up, so I might have to expand it in a second. But usually there's a way. And again, I forgot to mention on this video, I have a family, so you might hear them, so forgive me for any interruptions. Let's see why it's not expanding. Usually you can do the number of days. There we go, plus or minus, they moved it here when you have it squished like this. Let's say we were doing plus or minus 3 days, and again, it's just a random time chosen. Now you can search, and you can see that it's not even close. It's 15,000 points, to fly business class, and it's 20,000 points to fly American for these flights here. Then you have Qantas, which is a transfer partner of, for example, Capital One, a bunch of others, which is not terribly more expensive, but reasonably more expensive. But if you really want to get the least amount of points required to go somewhere, Alaska is it. That said, as I mentioned, American, very close second. American, you can earn 5x if you're willing to jump through all the hoops with those cards. There are a bunch of other things. So that's just one example of LIR. Let's say I needed to go to New York, and this will be anywhere in New York when you do that code. Let's say it's the same time, just to make this easy. You can search. And again, based on where I live, Alaska is it again. Let's say we want to fly business. Alaska is cheaper. Americans, 21,000. So again, it's really up to you if you want to jump through all the hoops of custom cash cards and only being able to spend $500 on that card to get 5x. That's great, but for me, I'd much rather spend and easily earn Alaska points at 3.3x and be able to get less expensive redemptions. Now, there's every reason to sign up for American Airlines cards through Citi and get sign-up bonuses, but you can easily see here that you're spending the equivalent of, let's say, $80 to get a flight that would cost a lot more than that. And of course, if you want to know what the cash price is, you can go online and see. But it's not just just that part that matters. You can also see that, for example, there's fees, $23.70 for that one-way flight. Now, what's cool is that the Alaska Atmos card will get you 12.5 back, 1250 back on each direction of your flight on your fees. So that saves you there, the $12, and you're paying $11 essentially in fees instead of $23. And that's unlimited. Every single time you buy a flight, and it's for you and however many seats you're booking, you're saving $25 round trip in the taxes and fees. if I'm flying to another country, there tends to be more taxes and fees, especially flying back. So that's another factor. So there's New York City. Let's try LAX. Let's say we want to fly to LA. If I search for that, same time, let's see what's the least expensive. Now it's American and JetBlue. And if you saw my last video, you saw I was talking a lot about Wells Fargo. Well, guess what? Wells Fargo just got a new transfer partner, and they're getting JetBlue 1-to-1. It's not that much different than American here, and you can earn 4x for a lot of things with that JetBlue, with that Wells Fargo Attune card. 3x if again you have the new Atmos. Excuse me, the new Wells Fargo autograph card, which I failed to mention or show in the last video, but that autograph card is pretty fantastic when it comes to getting you another 3x. So you can earn a lot with Wells Fargo, and definitely don't sleep on them. Now, if you wanted to search by business class, you can see that Qantas is the cheapest there. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Then JetBlue, and then you have Delta, which is 58,000 points. That's pretty heavy. So I'm not sure I would want to fly on Delta with that many points. But if I could change the dates slightly, let's say I'm more flexible and I can do, let's say September the 11th, or September the 3rd, excuse me. That was a Freudian slip. Flying in New York, September 11th. Not funny. All right. Here you got American. That's the least expensive, direct. And then you got JetBlue as close second, same as before. And Atmos, not that far behind, 15,000. But there's an example of a place that you can fly that it's pretty much the same. Let's see another example of. Let's do a short flight to Atlanta. ATL, and we'll search. And even if you're just flying from, again, this would be from Miami or from Fort Lauderdale or from Palm Beach. Atmos is it, 45 to 100 points. Same thing for business, I'm sure. Yep, Alaska wins again. Let's say I'm going to, what is it? CTL, what is it? CLT, Charlotte. Charlotte, around the same time, we'll say the 3rd. Let's see what's the least expensive. Alaska by a long shot. Then American, 5,500. Not that bad, but still there. And for business, 9,000. American's going to be 12,000. So you can see that American definitely has its benefits, but almost always Alaska beats it. Now, one thing that you might not know is that Bilt, you can get extra Bilt points through something called Rakuten that you cannot get American points from. And the way that Rakuten works is it's a shopping portal, and you earn points by clicking through to different sites, and you earn whatever is displayed on that site. So if I go to Rakuten, you can see here they're advertising, of course, 5x for makeup, 4x for lens crafters right now, 10x for that, 100x for Spokio, but it's very small, 60x, but it changes. So it could be like 90x. The other day it was 95x for McAfee. And so that means you're getting 95 points back per dollar spent. And you can transfer those from Rakuten to Bilt, so long as you have Bilt Silver status. That's going to be the requirement soon. So why is that valuable? As well, yeah, I said it's hard to earn those Alaska points, excuse me, the American Airlines points, but it is not hard to earn Alaska points. If I could literally pay for $200 at McAfee, and of that 200, I'm getting almost all of it back. That's 20,000 points, right? That's literally 5 trips, if my memories are 4 trips, excuse me. And still you'd have points left over. So you could fly round trip from Palm Beach or from Miami to Charlotte and back twice, or you and you and a partner could fly just by paying $200 on Rakuten. So Rakuten is super valuable. But I just wanted to show you guys what is the value of Atmos points and why are they so valuable. The other thing we can talk about is what are the Bilt transfer partners, and there's one that a lot of people love, which is obviously Atmos is there, but they also have Etihad that transfers 1-to-1. That's the only one that still does. Again, Atmos, which is from my knowledge, the only one that you can transfer from is Bilt. And then they also have 1-to-1 with Japan Airlines, which is extremely valuable as well. You can also book Japan flights, of course, with Atmos points or a few others as well, but transfer directly to Japan 1-to-1, which is obviously huge. I think it was 1-to-1 with Emirates. Excuse me for mistaking that. But the other thing that's important here is that you can transfer to Hyatt 1-to-1. You can do that, of course, with Chase points as well. And there are advanced strategies. If you want to learn more about how to get more Hyatt points, you can contact custompointslive@gmail.com and I'll happily show you. But Hyatt is another great transfer partner there as well. So those are all the different types of things you can do with Bilt points and with Alaska points. But I just wanted to show you how, Bilt has a transfer partner of Alaska, and basically you're earning, in my case, where I live, almost always the best way to fly somewhere is earned through Bilt. Now, not the case for Amex. I mean, if I'm trying to fly from where we live to Charlotte, I got to get all the way down here and spend 9,200 points or for economy, or 19,000 points for business class. So it's literally double the points required. So if I earn 4x in, on like the business gold card, that means that if I were to use them for this redemption, which I would not, I'm essentially taking that 4x and it's turning into really a 2x card compared to my Bilt abilities. Now, if you want to add even further, Bilt has something called transfer bonuses. And what that means is that you can have different amounts of bonuses, and they basically do these as promos different times of the year. So if I can find an example here, see if they have, there you go, bonus history. Am I a human? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Let's see. Okay, so this is what they had was you could transfer to Virgin and you could get up to 100% back on that bonus. That is unheard of. Bilt is the only one that does these kinds of crazy transfer bonuses. When you transfer at 100x, you're essentially doubling your point earnings. So a Bilt card that's earning 3x, like the Palladium card is, essentially, if you were to use it with a transfer bonus and you have, let's say, platinum status where you're getting 100%, or you could even use some Bilt cash now and get a boost and do 125%, then if you're earning 3x, you're essentially earning, my math is right, 3x plus, that's 6x, but then it gets the 25%. I believe that's, my math off the top of my head is not very good. 2.25 times 3, yeah, 6.75x on that card. On that card, you're earning 3x in. So just by having status, and it's valuable to potentially have these transfer partners. The problem is you don't know when, or transfer bonuses, you don't know when those are going to happen. But it's super valuable, a lot of them. Sometimes they're not that valuable, right? Like, yeah, you can get 200x with Hilton. This is March 1st of last year. And that's not terrible because, again, you can get some good value with Hilton, but you can buy points at a half a penny each. So 200% bonus would be 3x. So every point from Bilt is turning into 3 Hilton points. So that's essentially 1.5 cents per point. not the most valuable, so I wouldn't go for that personally. But unless my math is wrong, that would be what you're essentially saying. You can transfer American Express points to Hilton. Not saying you should, but you could 1 to 2. So you're already getting 100% bonus with that. So there's some that are not really worth it, but this is the one that I would be waiting for if I get lucky enough to ever see this again. Would be to Alaska, because again, if I'm getting at least a 4 cents, almost always I'm getting 4 cents per point with Alaska, and let's say I'm earning 3x or let's just say 3x easy, then that's 6 Alaska mileage, and then multiply that by 4 cents. That means I'm getting essentially 24 cents back for every dollar I spent on my Bilt card just by holding on to my Bilt points and waiting for the Alaska transfer bonus. Who knows if that's going to happen, but you could be waiting for these really valuable transfer bonuses. There was one from Core Live, and there's plenty of YouTube channels that have explained how valuable that is. But there's a lot of different things that you can do to transfer points from Bilt, and those transfer bonuses are super valuable. So you not only have the value of being the most valuable point currency essentially for us where we live, earning them on Bilt, but you also have the ability to potentially double or more those same points or points like them using Bilt. So why would I just spend on Bilt when I possibly could? Now, again, if you see the last video, I do plan on spending on other cards as well, but that's why I'm focusing on Bilt and Atmos as my 2 main cards in my wallet starting tomorrow, is because this one's going to give me 3x, and this one is going to give me 3.3x on dining. I also use this for foreign transactions, and I also plan on I use this for rent as well on Bilt, which gets me 3x, but I do pay the 3% fee. So I'm gladly buying 1 Atmos point per dollar, or 1 Atmos point per penny, which means that I'm basically willing to pay a penny for something that I know is going to be worth 4 pennies. So that's why I'm willing to pay the fee on that. And also the rent's not that high. So that's good. This card here is going to be used for catch-all spend, pretty much anything that I need to buy. It'll be super easy to just pull this out of my wallet. And that's going to be my setup as far as in my wallet over the next, for whatever period, until some other company comes out with something even better. Don't forget sign-up bonuses. Those are also useful. So you'll get a lot more value from sign-up bonuses than you will from the Bilt card, but at least you know that the Bilt card will get you a fantastic return if you are using it for the types of transfer bonuses and transfer partners that we just discussed. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. Really curious to hear how you plan on using your Bilt points, or if you have a different setup that you think works better for you. I'd love to hear it. And thank you guys for subscribing and being a part of this. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you again.